Hey guys, it's Kieran, and my camera angle is really weird. This could be us, so back to what I was saying. This could be us, but you're playing. See, I don't fucking know the words. So, today is an FTM video day, and we're gonna be talking about my coming out. I am out to everyone, so I don't have a live coming out per se, but I'm just gonna tell you the story of how it happened. So originally I came out in like March 2014, and my dad did not, he wasn't acceptive at all. He was like, well, maybe you just like boys again, maybe you're pansexual, and I was like, no dad, I'm not pansexual. I had already come out to like all of my friends and stuff, and so I was about to start coming out to family, and my dad was just like, no, you probably just like boys again, and I do not like boys. I mean, I like trans guys, but I don't like cis males, so I was like, what? So eventually I did stay, I went by Seamus, and so I was that way for a couple months, but I got hospitalized, and so I spent 6 months in the hospital. Spin the bottle. Spin the fucking bottle. If you the reason why it's empty, baby, spin the bottle. The truth of that, no, you don't want no problem. Spin the bottle, spin the fucking bottle. If you the reason why it's empty, spin the fucking bottle. Truth of that, no, you don't want no problem. Bitch, you want my problem. Bitch, you must my problem. Back to what I was saying. Sorry, I like this song a lot. I went 6 months in a hospital, DBT. I just did DBT for 6 months, and I transitioned out of transgender. So I was male, and then I was fluid gender fluid, and then I went back to being a girl. And I was a femme lesbian, or at least I was for like a month, and then I was like, no makeup. I'm probably allergic to makeup anyway, so that wasn't beneficial to me at all, and so I just went back to being butch. But then I was like, I'm not a butch lesbian, I'm not a lesbian, I'm not a girl. And so I thought about it for a while, and then around like November, December, I started talking to friends more about it, and they were like, oh, okay, well, we're here if you need us. And then sometime in like March, I came out as androgynous. Androgynous, and I went by August? I don't remember the name I went by then. But that lasted a couple months before I was like, you know what? I'm a boy, and I feel like a boy, and I will always be a boy, and I don't need to be in the closet in order to be like accepted by people. And so I came out to all of my friends as transgender male, and I didn't change my name from August until I came out to my girlfriend, and I had a list of names, and she was like, I like Kieran and I like Tyler, either Tyler Kieran or Kieran Tyler. So here I am, King Kieran Tyler, or Sad Boy Kieran. And then in like June is when I came out to my dad again, and I was so scared to come out to my dad again, because the last reaction he had wasn't necessarily the best reaction, and I love my dad. He is my rock, and so to hear that he didn't accept me for who I was made me so afraid to even tell him anything anymore. I was so closed up for like a year, and I didn't want to talk to him about anything, but I was like, I gotta do it because this is me, and I shouldn't be ashamed of who I am. And so I brought him into a family session, and I came out to him there in front of my therapist, and he was like, you know what, this has been going on for like a year or two, and it must be true, and so I can't change you. You are my child, and I love you, and I will never stop loving you. So whether you're my daughter or my son, it doesn't matter to me because I love you. And that was really nice for me to hear. He was the first person in my family to transition from she to he. He's been my biggest support. I really like the way he taught himself because he really tried. He started with gender fluid pronouns, so he was referring to me as they, them. He would say my eldest, my child, my da 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 da. He called me Stony for a while, you know, Stony. And he came up with that on his own. And then he just transitioned. He's like, if I can call you Stony and I can refer to you as my child, I can call you anything. And so he's been calling me Kieran. He's been calling me his son. He uses he, him pronouns, and I'm just very grateful for my father. I came out to my brother, I think, sometime in July of this year. And at first he was like, well, I'm not going to stop calling you by your birth name and she, her pronouns because I've known you for 16 years. I'm 17 now, but I've known you for 16 years, this she, her, my sister. And I was like, that's the point of me telling you, so that you could correct yourself and respect me because you love me. And I thought that I wasn't gonna make any effort with him. Like, I thought it wasn't gonna click in his mind, but I catch him sometimes. He calls me his brother. He calls me Kieran. He uses he, him pronouns, so it means a lot to me. And then at the end of August, I think I came out to my grandma, and she has fun with it. She thinks it's funny or something like that. Like, something about it tickles her, so she loves doing it. She loves calling me Kieran. She can't pronounce Kieran. She always says Kiernan or Kiernan, and I'm like, Grandma, just call me Tyler. Like, my best friends can't pronounce Kieran either. They call me Karan, and I'm like, where did you get Karan from Kieran? And so they call me Tyler when they're not calling me by my birth name. I would appreciate if they called me by he, him pronouns and Tyler, if it makes it easy for them. But, you know, I give them space because I respect them. My best friend is the same. He, you know, so I'm just waiting. And I came out to my family via a Facebook post that I can find for you. Here, hold up. Okay. I got the photo from my friend Nemo. He also is transgender. And it says, I am transgender. I am a boy who was born in a girl's body. So I am going to change into the man I really am. I use male pronouns, he, him, his. It looks like that. I don't know if you could see that. And then I wrote, hey family, there is something I need to tell you. It's very important and I'd really appreciate if you read this. Okay, here it goes. So I don't know if any of you happen to notice that I changed my name to Stony on Facebook. It's now Kieran. Stony is a nickname that my amazing and ever so supportive father, John, had given me to help him adjust to my new name and pronouns. Yes, new name and pronouns. I'm sure you know that the past few years haven't been the easiest for me. I've struggled with a lot of depression, anxiety, and self-loathing. I find it extremely hard to accept myself for who I am, but really that is not the case because for so long I really didn't know who I was. But I think I have found myself. For about a year and a half now, I have been struggling with very bad gender dysphoria. Gender dysphoria is basically discomfort with the... Basically discomfort that you feel with the gender you were assigned at birth. This is something I have struggled to accept for a while, but it's something I cannot ignore or change. I am transgender. I hope to transition to be the man I was supposed to be once I turn 18. I prefer he, him, his pronouns, and I go by the name Kieran, and I have chosen the middle name Tyler. This is something I have been meaning to tell you for a while, but I have been scared to, though I feel and hope most of you will accept me for who I am, regardless of what I identify as. I just want to remind you that this will not change me. I am still the kid you have always known and loved. You are not losing a daughter, granddaughter, or niece. You do not have to feel like you have to mourn the loss because I have always been here, regardless of what I wear or what parts I have or the name I go by. These changes are meant to change the outside to match what is on the inside, my true self. Kieran Tyler Case. Your son, grandson, and nephew. Much love, Kieran. And my aunt says, like, Kieran, I have always loved and accepted you for who you are. I just want to see you happy. The same goes for my children. I would never love you any less. If this is what truly makes you happy, I am truly happy for you. I will always love you. You are my nephew, and I will always be here for you. And my other aunt says, we all support and love you, Kieran. So I got really nice responses to my coming out. Now I am out to not my entire family. I still kind of have to come out to my mom's side of the family, though I haven't really been thinking about it since I don't see them very often. I am out to my mom. It's just her side of the family. I don't know if they know at all. So, but yeah, things have been pleasant. I am referred to as Kieran. I am referred to by he, him pronouns. I actually recently came out to my other cousin, who didn't know because her mom didn't tell her or something. And when I saw her, she felt very offended because her mom never told her. She was like, why didn't you tell me about Kieran? That's something I want to know. And so, but I was so scared because she gets a kick out of texting me in French. So she texted me, do you know a Kieran? And I'm like, I am Kieran. I go by Kieran now. And she's like, may I ask why? And I said, because I am transgender, a boy. And she didn't respond. And I was so scared. Like, oh my goodness. And then she finally responded and she was like, okay, thanks. That's something I really needed to know so I could, like, call you by your name and stuff. And so everyone's been entirely accepting, and I'm just very grateful for the family I have and how accepting they have been for me. That's my story of how I came out as transgender. Although the story I have for lesbian, even though it doesn't apply to me, is I basically banged a chick in my bedroom and then I walked out of my room and was like, hey everyone, I just banged a chick. And everyone was like, okay, alright, TMI, but okay. And that's my story, and thank you for watching, and I hope that it inspires someone, I guess. I hope that it helps someone who is in need of a push to come out, maybe, because I don't know, unless it's a safety purpose and you might get hurt if you come out, I think everyone should come out, because, like, you shouldn't be ashamed of who you are. This is you, and whether you're gay, you're straight, you're a boy, a girl, if you're nothing at all, you should value who you are, and it's very important to value who you are, because if you don't value who you are, then how is anyone else going to value who you are? You need to put off your own confidence in yourself, and then people will, you brush off on them and they start to accept you for who you are. And so if this is the sign you need to come out, then I support you. You should come out, and regardless of what you're coming out as, I support you, and if you ever need anything, I'm always here, and I'm babbling a lot. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed, and have a nice day.